A Friday night run for food ended with a young woman shot in the head in a fast food parking lot. Her boyfriend said he went inside and came back to find her dying. But witnesses, evidence, and his own words began to tell a different story. What first looked like a random act slowly revealed itself as something far more familiar and far more preventable. This is the killing of Penny Dawn Moore.
All right, welcome back to the Lethal Library. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Dani.
And we're here to tell you yet another true crime tale out of Idaho. I feel like I've heard about this one. I know I say that a lot, but I always like these ones where I was younger and heard about something in the headline. And, you sometimes don't always hear the end. So I know I don't remember it fully, but I'm excited just to see what happens in this case.
Yeah, this is just another tale of a tragic, you can see it coming, and you just, and he's an idiot.
Shocker, they usually are.
Yeah, So,
well, let's hear about this idiot.
Let's get into it.
Let's go.
On October 4th, Penny Dawn Moore waited in the passenger seat of a green two-door Chevrolet Cavalier convertible parked outside of the Taco Bell at Broadway Avenue and Highland Street in Boise, Idaho. Mm-hmm. Are you visualizing?
I am.
Okay. And what a cute little car.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted one of those when I was younger.
They're very cute.
Yeah. I can do the cabriolet. It was just after 10:30 p.m. when a single .25 caliber bullet struck her in the forehead. She slumped forward in the seat, critically wounded, while the person that was with her that night would soon begin to tell police a version of events that investigators said did not make sense. Penny's boyfriend, Brent Tortolano, and I'm going to fuck that word up just so you know. I'm going to try my best.
Senor Tortellini. Brent.
It's a Brent.
Brent. Sorry. There's certain names I'm just like, that's how I hear it when someone says it. Brent.
Told Boise police he had gone inside Taco Bell that night to get food. He said that when he came back out, he discovered Penny had been shot. Lieutenant Rich Schnebley said police had suspects but declined to say more as the investigation unfolded.
I recognize that name. I feel like he's probably been part of several cases. I don't know if we've covered him or not, but I know that that's a familiar name.
No, he has been in some other
Schnebley.
Schnebley. Lieutenant Schnebley. Penny was transported to St. Alphonsus Regional Medical Center, where she remained in critical condition throughout the weekend. She never regained consciousness. How terrible.
Yeah.
For her family to go through that.
And hoping.
On October 8th, she died at 6:44 a.m., leaving behind her 3-year-old son.
Again, what the fuck?
With her death, police officially began investigating the shooting as a homicide. Before any arrest was made, a memorial appeared at the edge of the Taco Bell parking lot, just feet from where Penny had been shot. Friends and family placed candles, flowers, photographs, and handwritten notes at the scene. Pennies were scattered across the pavement.
Oh, my God.
Love that.
Yeah.
One note read, quote, "Bad things happen to good people." And another said, "All the love in my heart is yours as you need it." She was a young gal, just out to go grab a bite.
Going to Taco Bell.
I remember late night rides, go get Taco Bell. That was my jam.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when they opened one up in Nampa?
All 24/7 in Nampa?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. It was so exciting. There was a time, because I'm a little older than you, where you had to drive to Boise to get the Taco Bell. Oh, I'm way older than her. The look on her face.
I'm like, what a travesty. You had to walk uphill both ways to the Taco Bell.
It was far. Yeah, we had to drive to the Boise to be getting the Mexican pizzas.
Oh my God.
Now I'm craving that, and I don't even like Taco Bell anymore.
I love Taco Bell.
Oh,
I have to say, I didn't used to like it. I've grown to love it. I don't know why.
What's your go-to?
They have a new quesadilla with steak and poblano peppers. It's pretty good. Of course, Crunchwrap Supreme, or like the cheesy gordita crunch with like a gordita with cheese and then a hard shell. It's like the best of every
It's the
fake Mexican world.
I liked the double decker.
Ooh, double decker. Is it taco? Double decker burrito?
Yeah. Supreme, which we all know is a Taco Bravo from Taco John's,
Yeah.
which you cannot beat. I want to drive to Twin Falls to have Taco John's.
Is it still open there? If it
Yeah.
is, we need to go.
We should just go to
When
Jackpot.
it was by Nampa High and I lived close to there, they kept me fed. And listen, it was like a healthy, fast Mexican food, I feel. Everything was always very fresh. You get tons of veggies in your burrito for cheap as fuck.
And some potato olays.
Fucking potato olays.
Like Taco Bell
what
couldn't
did they put in those things?
crack.
It was.
So anyways, Taco Bell is nothing. Taco John's is the winner, hands
Taco
down.
John's is my fave.
I mean, I can do a
Taco time.
I can do a crispy meat.
Yeah.
I can do a regular taco. But no, Taco John's was the jam, and now we don't have it here.
What I really want to try from Taco Bell, though, is the grilled cheese burrito where there's like cheese on the outside, like the crispiness, melty cheese. I want to try it. It keeps coming across my TikTok.
I'm getting hungry now.
Being influenced. Sorry, Taco Bell rant. I know one listener might appreciate that.
Moore's grandfather, Richard Moore of Mountain Home, described Penny as outgoing and fiercely loyal. He said she had devoted herself to raising her young son rather than pursuing a career. A 3-year-old is a career.
Yeah,
Man.
absolutely.
He said everyone just loved everything about her. That was probably her problem. He said she drew people in easily and stayed devoted to those she cared about. If you had her as a friend, he said, you had her.
She sounds like a real sweetheart.
And fun.
Yeah.
Police focused on the moments immediately after the shooting. Instead of calling 911 from the Taco Bell parking lot, Penny's boyfriend, Tortolano, drove away.
Okay.
He traveled south about 3 blocks to the Mr. Car Wash at Broadway and Boise Avenue, and then called 911 from his cell phone.
So he supposedly, his story so far is he went in, got food, came back, found her, shot in the head, and drove away to a car wash. These fucking people, Danny. I mean,
He had a cell. So listen, when I was researching this, I'm like,
maybe he didn't have a cell phone.
maybe he didn't have a cell phone. I mean, this is 2002. They're kids. Maybe they don't have their flip phones. The Nokia little baby brick.
Love those.
Maybe he didn't have one. Maybe he was trying to find a payphone, which
Taco Bell would have let you use their phone.
emergency.
Hello?
He probably didn't even have to dial. He could have just opened the door and said, my girlfriend's been shot. Call 911.
Somebody call. Yeah.
No. He drove away.
Because, I mean, illogical.
Boise police officer Ryan Buzzini later said the caller was hysterical. Buzzini said the boyfriend was interviewed along with multiple witnesses and that police were still following leads. Quote, witnesses have come forward and they're being interviewed, he said.
I certainly hope so.
Things are feeling a little sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
As detectives worked to reconstruct the timeline, witnesses told them Penny and Tortolano were often seen carrying a silver .25 caliber handgun, but the weapon was missing. Oh. Police executed a search warrant at Penny and Tortolano's Caldwell apartment, but they were unable to locate the gun.
What a quinky dink.
You're going to have fun with this one.
Not related in any form or fashion, folks.
This is a tragic situation, but when you get stupid people committing horrible crimes, we're going to just run them into the ground because they're idiots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just misplaced your gun that you take with you everywhere the same time your girlfriend was murdered with that same caliber gun. Happens all the time, folks. Who hasn't had that happen to them is what I want to know.
I know. The investigation intensified as Boise police were simultaneously, big word for me, kids, forced to respond to another homicide within hours of Penny's shooting.
Oh, shit.
Which strained department resources.
Yeah, I can see that. Same day. That's crazy. It doesn't happen here.
It was 4 hours later. Police spokesman Deanna Locker, Lokker, Locker?
That's how I'd say it.
Okay. Said it was the first time in recent memory the department had to investigate 2 homicides so close together. 4 hours?
Yeah. That does not happen.
Detectives worked overtime, with 7 assigned solely to Moore's case. Another 6, and FBI and ATF were assigned to the case of Angie Abdullah.
Of course they were, because that was a insane case.
They happened within 4 hours of each other.
This is crazy. And I'm going back and I remember a lot about that case. Mm-hmm. That's one of the ones that stands out to me quite a bit. So guys, just to refresh your memory, this is the one where it happened after 9/11. Angie and her husband, Muslim, were like pillars of the community in trying to educate and bring people in and answer questions. And basically the husband killed her, but framed it as a form of anti-Muslim or he tried to say that it was something like that, which there was that shit happening at the time. Mm-hmm. And so that's why the FBI and ATF were involved, mm-hmm. but he was incredibly stupid about it as well. Oh, I hated that man. I still do.
No, he's a horrible person. Mm-hmm. He not only murdered his wife and could have possibly potentially killed his children that were in the home, except for the baby boy he wanted to save.
He just wanted the baby.
And then fueled the fire
for division. Yeah.
Yes. So, fuck you, dude. Still, you know where he's rotting? In Arizona, right?
He's baking.
Mm-hmm. Fuck you, dude. So anyway, it really did put strain, and there was, I didn't write down any details, but there was a horrible rape case right about this time, and to know this area, especially, well, I shouldn't say especially at this time, we had 2 murders in one day. It just was highly unusual.
Yeah.
They don't have several
violent crimes
detective teams to go work separate crimes. So anyways, just a little fact there.
I can't believe that's the one that happened within that's just crazy to me that now we're talking about one that happened within 4 hours.
So it was, that they were really
strained
at that time.
Cases.
Big cases.
Was a house fire as well.
Yeah. And there was babies involved, and
the neighbor had to come and save them.
It was the reverend. Yeah. He was a reverend or a pastor. Anyways, he was badass, like older
man
neighbor who went in and saved, it was incredible. Maybe Stephanie can drop that in the show notes. It was a pretty early episode for us. I want to say it was like around 8-ish, 7-ish, 9-ish, somewhere around there.
I'll put it in the show notes.
Thank you, ma'am. On October 11th, Boise police announced they had charged Brent Tortolano, a 19-year-old Caldwell man who had been living with Penny, with second-degree murder. Tortolano turned himself in that evening and was booked into the Ada County Jail on a $1 million bond. Investigators said the story Tortolano initially told police began to unravel. That happens when you're a fucking liar.
And a dumbass.
He repeated that he went into Taco Bell, returned to the car, panicked, and drove to the car wash to call 911. Can we just remind you that it was on a cell phone? And I don't know if I have this in here, but he'd also said he went inside. He said, I went to get food. Oh, no, I went to go use the restroom. If you're doing both, sir, say both. Okay, actually, did I just call him? Fuck you. If you're doing both, just say you did both.
Yeah, that's not uncommon.
I went to go to the bathroom and I thought a fucking crunch wrap sounded good. They didn't have crunch wraps in 2002. Soft shell
was Belgrande.
Yeah, Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we didn't have the quesarito. No, they didn't have quesarito this time.
I bet you they had Nacho Supreme.
And the quesarito's back.
I don't even know what the fuck a quesarito is.
Apparently, Taco Bell does this a lot because there's a lot of very fierce online opinions about this. I know it's not related to the case, but a Taco Bell brings in menu items and then takes them away, and then I saw people crying over the quesarito being back. And listen, I tried the quesarito. It's good. And it has all the ingredients they have there. So I don't know how they're like, we're taking it away.
It's not like it's a fucking McRib.
It's a burrito with like rice and beef and sour cream in it. In another burrito that has like cheese sauce. So it's like a quesadilla around a burrito almost. It's not huge. It's a good size. But there was people crying.
They have repurposed things that they already have.
Yeah. So I'm like, why are they taking them away in the first place?
Because McDonald's, the McRib.
The McRib?
That's a whole different piece of meat, bro. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if I count that as meat, but it's shaped like ribs. So it's not something that they normally have on the menu.
But people get very heated. People go to city council meetings about it. Have you seen that video of the girl?
No.
We're watching it. Remind me. McRib. And she says it like that. McRib.
Never had one. Sounds
I had one. It was all right.
Was it okay?
I mean, it's like, it's not ribs. I mean, maybe it's rib meat.
It's a chicken nugget. A naked chicken nugget with barbecue sauce.
It's a rib meat chicken nugget formed into the shape of greens with sauce in bread, and it's just bread. So it's like, it doesn't even have like any slaw or like pickles or special sauce. Like, it's bread and quote unquote rib meat chicken nugget.
Hey, McDonald's execs, if you're listening, you could just do a pulled pork sandwich.
Hello? Who doesn't like that?
You wouldn't have to shape shit in funky shapes.
You can get that shit from Costco. You can't tell me that McDonald's can't get a good deal on some fair pulled pork.
It'd probably be cheaper because they wouldn't have to press it into little dinosaur-shaped bones.
Well, and when you think about it, why did they press it into the shape of ribs? Ribs have bones.
It's fucking weird.
It's just... Why are their nuggets the shape of feet? I don't know. I know we've gotten off topic, guys. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
This is what a night with Dani and I sounds like if you were hanging out with us. This is...
So I'm saying our
included.
Our episodes are heavily edited because this is a fucking tangent we go on.
So
all right.
I'll include some tangents, but just know that in every episode, there's at least like 3 tangents like this.
Okay. Detectives said the evidence suggested something different. They believed Penny was shot inside the car and that Tortolano then walked into the Taco Bell to give himself an alibi.
Just here to order some food and maybe use the restroom. I don't know what I'm here for.
I'll think about that later.
Yeah.
Captain Mike Webb of the Boise Police Department described the case bluntly. We believe this crime was in the heat of passion, he said. Webb classified Penny's death as a domestic violence homicide and said friends and police reports showed the couple had a volatile relationship for the 90 days they had been dating.
Oh my gosh. For it to be already going south that fast, that's tragic.
He said blood found on the shirt of Tortolano was wearing the night of the shooting helped link him to the crime. Investigators believed Penny was killed with her own missing handgun.
Wow. Who could have thunk?
At Tortolano's arraignment, Magistrate Christopher Bader reduced his bond to $500,000. Tortolano appeared calm and composed during the hearing. Penny's family left the courtroom visibly upset, concerned he might post bail, and frustrated that prosecutors had not filed a first-degree murder charges.
Yeah.
Because a $500,000 bail means he needs $50,000.
Yeah. And people can come up with that by refinancing their house or...
Yeah. Pulling out a HELOC. Maybe grandma and grandpa have money buried in the backyard. Yeah. So from $1 million to $500,000, I mean, coming up with $100,000, it's a big deal.
It's a big difference for sure.
And the family's upset. They're like, why isn't this first-degree murder?
Tell me.
Ada County Prosecutor Greg Brower later said a first-degree charge was not appropriate because there was no evidence of premeditation.
All right.
The case moved to a preliminary hearing where prosecutors began laying out what they believed happened inside the car that night. Boise Police Crime Scene Investigator Randy Hill testified Penny was shot while seated in the passenger seat. He said a .25 caliber slug was recovered from the back seat and matched ammunition found in the trunk of the vehicle.
Again, what a coinky dink.
This guy's a fucking idiot. Witnesses described what they heard moments before the shot. Julie Espinoza testified she heard arguing coming from the car. Their voices were loud and angry, she said. I thought it was just a little lover's quarrel. Another witness testified she saw Tortolano near the trunk of the car, jumping up and down with his hands on his head. She said she heard him yelling hysterically as he drove away and did not see Penny in the car. So she's probably like, what?
Yeah,
that was weird.
If you didn't.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay.
Defense attorney suggested the possibility that someone else fired the shot from outside the vehicle. That theory weakened under medical testimony. Forensic pathologist Glenn Grobin testified Penny was shot at close range. He said gunpowder stippling on her forehead indicated the gun was fired from within about 2 feet.
Oh, that is so close. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever seen a gun like 2 feet from your head. I hope not, but staring down a barrel is never a place you want to be.
When questioned why the stippling was not mentioned in the original autopsy report, Groman acknowledged the omission. Mistakes happen, he said. Dude, you got to put that in there. That's kind of critical part of the evidence.
It
that
really is.
It wasn't somebody outside of the vehicle.
And listen, I get it. And I mean, I think we've all listened to enough Datelines and true crimes to know that most unsolved cases are cases that take decades to solve. There typically is at least one part of the reason why it took so long is like bad training or police work. And that's what sucks is in an investigation like this, every person needs to do their job well.
And write it down.
Yeah.
It might be in your brain, but dude, you got to write it down because it makes you look like an asshole on the stand.
Well, and from a point of like a science background.
Yeah.
Why in the fuck aren't you writing it down? Yeah, I saw it. I just didn't put it down. Like,
Mistakes
that's not a
happen.
scientific approach. Like, you're there to observe and report. Frustrating.
Because you are literally a forensic pathologist. You're a scientist.
Yeah, this is your job. Incredibly important.
Testimony then turned to what people said they heard before Penny died. Danielle Collins testified that 2 days before the shooting, Tortolano came to her home and showed her Penny's silver handgun. And I don't know if I wrote this down, anywhere in the story, so I just have to say this. The gun was supposedly missing for a few days, and people knew about it.
Whoopsie.
People knew about it. So then for him to be, having that gun on him 2 days before the shooting might have been, and I'm just hypothesizing here, that Penny said, I can't find my gun, something like that, or he might have mentioned that. We can't find Penny's gun, but that he had it.
That's what it sounds like to me.
She said he told her, quote, I'm going on a killing spree. Do you want to add any names to the list?
What?
Collins said she did not take him seriously at the time and said, he looked pretty stressed out. He looked like he'd been smoking crank for a long time.
Ruh-roh.
Drugs.
Messing around.
Fucking messing around.
And that was super prevalent around here during that time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was all over the place.
Another friend, Jennifer Kovulich, I apologize if I said that wrong, testified she witnessed violence in the relationship. She said she saw Tortolano throw a bottle at Penny and push her during an argument while they were smoking methamphetamine shortly before the killing.
No good.
Kovulich testified Tortolano issued a direct threat. Quote, he said, no, I'm serious. I'll kill her.
Oh.
So when he pushed her during that argument, he pushed her onto a mattress. So maybe that's why she didn't think it was such a big deal, like a push off or something.
I can see that.
But
and this is like, even some men will just break things around you or throw things around you. Just so everyone is clear, that's what that man wants to do to you. They're just kind of trying to find a loophole. If a man is acting like that around you, or woman.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So when someone is doing that, they're trying to show you exactly who they are and believe them. Hey friends, we want to talk about some of the subjects that are a little bit heavier on our podcast. Abuse isn't your fault, and there are safe, confidential ways to get help. Domestic violence doesn't always look the same. It isn't just bruises or broken bones. It can be about controlling money, isolating you from your friends, constant surveillance, or threats against your kids and pets. Abuse thrives in silence, and breaking that silence is the first step to safety. The National Domestic Violence Hotline is available 24/7. Call 1-800-799-SAFE or 7233 or text START to 88788. You can also chat at thehotline.org. Advocates can help safety plan with you, even if you're not ready to leave. If you're worried that your device is being monitored, it may be safest to call. Teens and young adults can also contact Love is Respect at 866-331-9474 or text Love Is to 22522. For Native American and Alaska Native survivors, Strong Hearts Native Helpline offers culturally specific 24/7 support at 844-7-NATIVE. If you or someone near you is in immediate danger, please call 911. You deserve safety.
Boise Police Detective Lance Anderson testified Tortolano lied repeatedly after the shooting.
No, really?
Yeah, he did. Anderson said Tortolano initially denied that he or Penny owned a gun.
Oh. When everyone knows that you do.
And changed his story after detectives.
This was in 2002 where like true crime and stuff. So maybe you just think that, you just easily get away with a quick, easy murder of your girlfriend. Sure.
What gun?
Whatever.
That ammunition in the trunk?
I've never even seen a gun in my life.
I
I've
don't-
never looked at a gun before in real person, only on the movies.
But the detectives said they learned from family and friends that Penny owned a .25 caliber pistol
Sounds like she was probably pretty proud of it.
and that Tortolano carried it often. Anderson testified that when he told Tortolano police would search the route between Taco Bell and the car wash for the weapon, Tortolano smirked and said, "Good luck."
Oh, taunting. That's helpful and not suspicious.
Oh
at
my
all.
God, I could never be a detective because I would just be like, I'm going to throw punch you.
Give me the Billy Club now.
Fuck. Some smart ass fucking kid just doing that when you know that he is murdered.
19-year-old.
Murdered his girlfriend, who is a mother. Oh, you'd
Or
have
you
to
just
put,
want to like, my taser accidentally went off.
you'd have to
It
put me
fell-
in
It
handcuffs.
fell out of my pocket.
Like, put him in handcuffs, put me in handcuffs. Let's talk. Because I would want to punch him in the fucking throat.
And now I'm gonna fucking headbutt you, bitch.
Anderson also testified. Tortolano claimed they were at Taco Bell to buy a large amount of marijuana and suggested a drug dealer might have shot Penny.
Oh, of course.
That's trying to fit his narrative. I just went in to order a taco and
And 5 pounds of weed.
5 pounds of weed. A Friday night Taco Bell at 10:30 p.m.
That place is popping.
It's by Boise State.
Yeah.
I mean, I promise that was the closest Taco Bell to Boise State. Everybody was there.
Yeah. Who's not?
We have a whole fucking desert to go buy marijuana, you bitch. Whole fucking desert, like another 20 minutes away. Go buy your marijuana out in the desert. He's such a fucking liar.
But of course he says marijuana because he's high on meth. So he's like, marijuana.
It was just some pot.
that bad. Just pot. Definitely not meth.
Not meth.
I wouldn't do that in his pupils or quarters.
He repeatedly changed details and could not keep his story straight.
Typical messing around.
And you're a fucking liar. You can't mess around and lie and kill people. After 2 days of testimony, the case was bound over to district court. This fucker pled not guilty. And the case proceeded to trial.
Fucking tortellini.
He had some attorney delusionally thinking he could get off on this case.
Well, and I think about this a lot, and I hope, because when you hear Dateline, and even in some of the most obvious Datelines, when they interview the defense attorneys, and they'll be like, I truly believe they had nothing to do with it. Even when it's like a circumstantial, but it, like I just heard one today where it's like, well, he bought cyanide. His fingerprint was on the cyanide bottle. As soon as she got home, he made her a drink, and then there's no other way she could have come into contact with cyanide, and she died of acute cyanide poisoning, and their marriage was on the rocks. Where it's like, some defense attorneys are like, but did anyone see him put cyanide into the drink? No, case closed. We got it, folks. We did it. We did it, Joe. Like, what?
This is such a good analogy because that's...
Listen,
When-
they do this. And so I'm just like, as a defense attorney, I could never. I know that it's, and you have to for their right? Because if you're a shitty defense attorney and you don't do all the things that you should do, then you're going to have appeal after appeal after appeal because you did not provide them what they are legally obligated to have. So I'm just like, how many of these people are like, I just got to fucking toe the line and act like I believe this motherfucker's innocent until the day I die? And that's your MO now? I could never. Props to those that do, that prevent an appeal, sure. But it's just self would not allow me to act like that, to be like, no one saw him physically pour the cyanide though, so he's obviously innocent. And then they're disappointed.
And fuck
in the-
science, right? Did you have 2 witnesses? No.
But we've got his prints and his order of the cyanide. What?
Well, this is so hilarious that you went into that little tangent because
It was a recent Dateline, so I hope that y'all listen
let me
to
give
that
you a
one.
fun fact.
Tell me, Danny. Danny was grinning ear to ear as I was telling that story, so I knew something good was coming. I love this when she just lets it marinate.
One of the attorneys who defended Tortolano was Ada County Public Defender David J. Smethers, a longtime lawyer who had represented indigent defendants since the early 1990s and worked on multiple homicide cases. A few years after the Tortolano case, Smethers ended up on the other side of the criminal justice system himself.
Oh, no.
In December of 2006, Smethers was arrested at the Red Feather Lounge in downtown Boise after staff reported he was causing a disturbance. Police warned him to stay out of the bar, but when he tried to go back inside, the manager placed him under a citizen's arrest because the police said, dude, if you go back in here, you're going to get arrested. What'd he do? He went back in there. And then the manager...
I will never understand people that do this with like trespassing.
Oh, you're going to understand in a minute. So he said, do you know who I am? Right? And he went back in.
Kim Kardashian, is that who you are? Like, what?
And then, so a literal citizen's arrest on this guy.
How crazy.
Officers later said they found 6 grams of cocaine in a small glass vial on him.
Ruh-roh. Oopsie.
Smethers was charged with felony possession of a controlled substance.
And Idaho don't play with the cocaine.
No. Well, they do because he beat, good old boys. No, listen to this shit. In court, he appeared wearing an orange gel jumpsuit, which had to be just humiliating for him because he is an attorney.
Yeah.
He said very little and was released on his own recognizance. The man who had spent years standing next to defendants was now sitting in the defendant's chair. He eventually pled guilty and was granted a withheld judgment, avoiding prison if he completed probation. Before sentencing, Smethers told the judge, quote, I'll never go near drugs again in my life because of this incident.
Sure.
This is a huge mistake. I have nobody to blame but myself. Fat mouth.
I will never touch those drugsies again. I didn't even know it was the drugs.
And I will say it was in my research, Smithers and Smethers. Tomato.
Yeah.
So I just had to let you know. That's why I was grinning because he was probably high. He's like, dude,
you didn't do this? Let's do some math.
Let's get high about it.
Did you bring your crack pipe, though? Because I'd love to talk about this for 17 hours until 4 a.m. Please. Tell me how you're innocent. Like, ew.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
During opening statements, Deputy Ada County Prosecutor Jill Longhurst framed the case as one of escalating anger and deliberate deception. This case is about malice, she told the jurors. It's about a calculated, malicious, brutal decision Tortolano made. When he tells you he's going to kill somebody, you better believe it. She said Tortolano shot Penny, disposed of the gun, and lied to the police. And this was like a little bombshell for me because I hadn't read this in any of my research yet. Investigators later found the weapon hidden in the bushes near the car wash.
And he said, good luck. Well, apparently they found some luck.
Yeah. How's that? Smithers?
The bushes in the car wash. Could you not have boomeranged that thing a few hundred yards? Like, maybe you needed to loosen up your arm a bit.
The police did just listen.
I feel like they probably should have found that immediately.
It should, yeah. No. Wasn't found immediately.
And so we've just got a random gun sitting in a bush for how long?
Defense attorney Dave Smethers argued prosecutors lacked direct evidence. He told jurors Tortolano was unfamiliar with Boise and drove around trying to find help.
Oh, no. Oh no, I have a phone. I could call help, but let me drive in a circle.
Quote, he was trying to get her medical attention and did not know where to go, Smithers said, describing the relationship as romantic rather than abusive. Have another hit, fucker.
And that's how they view it, though. Like, people that are in the throes of addiction, they're like, what an intense connection we have. And it's like, no, that's just fucking abuse, dude. That's not, no one does that. No.
Boise police officer Jason Rose testified about Tortolano's behavior after the shooting. He described extreme mood swings, saying Tortolano went from crying and distraught to joking on the phone. Quote, he would go from crying to saying, "What up, dog?" Rose testified. So he was on the phone.
Calling the homies, maybe?
I don't know why, if you're interrogating this guy, basically, why you're letting him have a cell phone. I don't see that in the datelines.
That's crazy, yeah.
So he had his cell phone, and he would be like crying, and he's like, as somebody would call him, he's like, "What up, dog?"
What up, dog? Never got my Crunchwrap Supreme, but you want to meet up later and got that meth I was looking for, or
Marijuana, whatever.
5 pounds of marijuana that got my girlfriend killed.
In closing arguments, Deputy Prosecutor Julianne Meehan told jurors Tortolano's grief was an act. When the Mountain Home kids pulled into the parking lot, she said, the performance began. And this is referring to because Penny had lived in Mountain Home sometime, and I don't know what these Mountain Home kids were doing in Boise, but they knew her. Mm-hmm. They knew these guys. And that's when he started to freak out, is when there was somebody in there that they knew.
Really?
Yeah. Defense attorney Michael D'Angelo argued there was no proof Tortolano fired the gun and suggested the shooting may have been accidental.
Whoopsie, let me drive in circles to the car wash about it.
After 2 days of deliberations, the jury found Brent Tortolano guilty of second-degree murder. At sentencing, 4th District Judge Ronald Wilper focused on the lasting impact. He sentenced Tortolano to 30 years in prison with parole eligibility after 20 years. He told Tortolano that by the time he could seek release, he would be 39, and Penny Moore's son would be 23, and Penny will still be dead, he said. So her son will be older than Penny was.
Yeah.
When she was murdered.
Mm-hmm. And taken from him.
Tortolano replied, "Absolutely. I don't disagree with your sentence one bit, Your Honor." Penny's close friend, Tabitha Miller, told the court what the loss looked like in daily life. "Every time he cries and says, 'I want my mommy,' my heart breaks all over."
How terrible is that? Trying to console a child.
She told Tortolano, "I hope you know how many lives your selfish and brutal behavior has affected."
Get it, girl.
And crying, whiny, Tortolano apologized through tears. "Oh, this makes me so mad. I didn't mean for this woman to die," he said. "I love this woman."
I'm doing the Cardi B what the fuck in court action right now for you, those of you just listening. I didn't mean that. I just shot her in the head. Shut the fuck up.
I fucking hate guys like this. You can be sorry all you want. That's fine. You're sorry because you got caught.
Mm-hmm.
And so shut the fuck up and take your sentence like a fucking...
rationalize and...
Take your punishment. And just shut the fuck up. Because this is all just pathetic.
All the excuses and... Yeah, fuck off.
Prosecutor Meehan told the court she didn't believe him.
Thank you.
Quote, I believe the defendant is lying about everything that happened that night, she said. Yes, he was. Judge Wolper acknowledged Tortolano's late disclosures, but said parts of his story were not credible. I'm going to send you to prison, he said, but I think you knew that going in.
Like, I hope you knew you weren't fooling anyone this whole time. Just so you know, we all saw right through that. Thank you, Judge. Yeah. Fuck you.
Brent Tortolano is currently 43, residing at the Idaho State Correctional Institution in Boise, Idaho. His release date is scheduled for 10/16/2032.
Fuck you, Brent. Brent. Fuck you. Yet another case of just senseless fucking violence. What on earth would you need to shoot someone in the face for at a Taco Bell in a 3-month relationship?
90 fucking days. And they were already living together, which I can't say shit about shit because I've done that before. But they were obviously, I can't say anything about Penny. I don't know if
well, people just said that, I mean, they said that she was great. And, you know, even if she was dibbling and dabbling in the drugs too, again, I can't say anything. But she had a 3-year-old son. I mean, you have to be responsible enough just to make that work, even at the worst. So it's like, what on earth are you shooting someone in the face for?
What kind of argument could you be having
After 3 months?
Yeah. That's supposed
even if there's a cheating or like, and I'm not saying that that's the case, but I'm just like, this seemed like they said a crime of passion, like in the moment.
I don't feel like it was a crime of passion because the way he talked, he
was gunning to kill someone.
Yeah. He said, you want to add anybody to the list? I'm going to go on a murder spree. He said, I'm going to kill her.
Nothing to him. Like not reality. Yeah.
Such a tragic, senseless crime.
And just another example of the absolute bullshit. And
it's not okay. If you've been dating for 90 days and your boyfriend is pushing you and throwing bottles at you, huge red flag. I mean, it's a red flag at any time.
Yeah. And people can even be more sneaky about shit, but thank God there's more resources now. So when you see a video that really like resonates with you, where you're like, I didn't know that was an abusive thing, pay it some mind.
Yeah.
Really, when you see other people that have had to go through sometimes terrible divorces or just miss being killed or whatever, just listen. And of course, every situation's not the same, but there's so many little red flags that women and men are sharing with each other now. And so it's like,
which is great because it's not always a one-way street. I mean, it's not always, women are abusive too and can murder. But this domestic violence we see heavily, that it's the men
always
control, blah, 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 blah.
Statistically.
So, statistically, that's the way it goes. But just another
wake-up call.
Just another fucking asshole.
That you think, oh, we've only been together this long. Surely nothing bad could happen.
Yeah.
You're in the honeymoon phase in 3 months. So you might just think it's a passionate thing. Clearly, no. So watch out for yourself. Heed the warnings of friends, family, or if you see something that resonates with you, and just you don't have to tolerate this shit.
You don't. And can I just tell you, the sweetest thing in the story was that people were putting pennies.
I know.
I love that.
To just drop a penny in honor.
That was just so.
I wonder if her family does that. If they're thinking,
I hope
they
do.
Drop a penny or something.
I hope they do.
Sentiment. Oh my gosh, it made me cry. But just like, what a cute sentiment that would be. Anyway, so rest in peace, Penny.
Fuck Brent, go fuck yourself.
Brent. Anyway, rot. Thank you guys for being so patient during our little break. Thank God we had it, because if we would have tried to record and publish in December, we would have lost our minds and probably been committed to Intermountain Hospital, our local grippy sock vacation home in Idaho. So thank you so much, because we needed that time and things came up, and we hope that your holiday was great. Hopefully you didn't almost end up in a grippy sock vacation, but
a little minty bee.
Sometimes you need a little minty bee vacay.
I could have used one.
Just lock me up and then I can have some peace and quiet, bitch. I just need some peace. Honestly, I can feel that. Just give me a week or two.
Holidays are pressure enough, and then you add a little family trauma in it. But we're good. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, don't worry or anything. I mean, I'm sure you guys probably had your own things going on too. So thank you for being patient. And I want you guys to send us some podcast recommendations of what you're listening to, because I put one up there of Elizabeth.
Oh my God.
Have you listened?
Yes.
And there's certain things that some of the fake text message readings are a little off, but the story
she's fucking nuts. So you have to go check that out.
Absolutely nuts. Listen to Elizabeth, because I'm such a picky little bitch when it comes to podcasts. I can listen to a Dateline every day, because it's always, I know what to expect. It's going to be a good story. To get into a series and to like a series, I have to really like it, because if I'm not interested within the second episode, we're fucking done. I can't invest any more of as if I'm a CEO. I only have so much time.
And this is the difference between me and Steph. I am not a fucking quitter.
She will do it. and she finds some treasures this way where she's like, I know it's slow until episode 4, but you better stick with it, bitch. And I will, if I get a recommendation, but
it has to come highly recommended.
Elizabeth is so wild.
No,
and I don't know how anyone, I feel like you'd have to have 7 phones and 95 fingers to be sending the emails and texts to all of these people is she an octopus? Actually, is she an alien?
Yeah. People's brain.
What the fuck? Elizabeth.
Just keep up on lies. Yeah. It just would be hard for me. Alrighty, guys.
Another episode. 10-4 rubber ducky.
Fuck yeah.